Welcome to the channel NextGen Tech Prep. In today's video, we are diving deep into essential questions and comprehensive answers for the Microsoft Agentic AI Business Solutions Architect certification. Whether you're preparing for an exam or just looking to sharpen your knowledge, you're in the right place. If you find this content valuable, please hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update. Now, let's get started.
A company has Microsoft Foundry agents that generate responses by using Azure OpenAI resources. The agents are deployed to both the United States and Europe. A company mandate states that the agents and their grounding data must adhere to data residency and movement regulations. You need to recommend a governance solution for the agents. What should you include in the recommendation? The options are: Option A, Microsoft Defender for Cloud. Option B, Azure Policy. Option C, Azure Monitor. Option D, Microsoft Purview.
To arrive at the correct answer, we focus on the keywords: data residency and movement regulations, governance solution, Azure OpenAI resources, allowed locations.
The correct answer is option B, Azure Policy.
Why is this correct? B. Azure Policy allows organizations to enforce governance standards and compliance rules across Azure resources, such as restricting deployment locations to specific regions to adhere to data residency and movement regulations. Why are the others incorrect? A. Microsoft Defender for Cloud focuses on cloud security posture management and threat protection rather than enforcing resource location policies for data residency compliance. C. Azure Monitor collects and analyzes telemetry data to track system performance and availability, but it cannot enforce deployment boundaries or data residency rules. D. Microsoft Purview helps with data cataloging, classification, and governance at the data layer, but Azure Policy is required to enforce region-specific deployment and resource movement controls in Azure.
A company has a Microsoft Copilot Studio agent that uses custom connectors to interact with enterprise APIs. You need to recommend an application lifecycle management (ALM) process to ensure that the connectors are deployed consistently across development, test, and production environments and meet governance and traceability requirements. What should you recommend? The options are: Option A, deploy the APIs as Azure functions. Option B, manage the connectors as solution components and deploy the components by using ALM pipelines. Option C, maintain connector definitions in environment variables. Option D, export and import the connectors between the environments as unmanaged solutions.
To arrive at the correct answer, we focus on the keywords: ALM process, custom connectors, deployed consistently, governance and traceability.
The correct answer is option B, manage the connectors as solution components and deploy the components by using ALM pipelines.
Why is this correct? B. Custom connectors in Power Platform are solution-aware components. Including them in Dataverse solutions and deploying them via automated ALM pipelines ensures consistent deployment, strict version control, governance, and traceability across environments. Why are the others incorrect? A. Azure Functions host custom code for APIs, but they do not manage the ALM deployment process or governance for Copilot Studio custom connectors. C. Environment variables are designed to hold dynamic parameter values like API endpoints, not entire custom connector definitions or ALM workflows. D. Importing unmanaged solutions into downstream test and production environments violates ALM best practices, as managed solutions are required for proper lifecycle management and governance.
A company extends Copilot in Microsoft Dynamics 365 customer service. You need to recommend an automated application lifecycle management (ALM) process so that the Copilot components can be safely developed, tested, and promoted to production. Which two actions should you include in the ALM process? Each correct answer presents part of the solution. The options are: Option A, use an unmanaged solution in production. Option B, rebuild the agents in each environment. Option C, use Microsoft Power Platform pipelines. Option D, include the components in a solution. Option E, store the agent transcripts in source control.
To arrive at the correct answer, we focus on the keywords: Automated Application Lifecycle Management, ALM, Copilot components, promoted to production.
The correct answers are Option C, use Microsoft Power Platform pipelines. And Option D, include the components in a solution.
Why is this correct? C. Power Platform pipelines automate ALM deployment processes across development, test, and production environments efficiently. D. Packaging Copilot components into solutions enables structured deployment, version control, and component transport across environments. Why are the others incorrect? A. Production environments require managed solutions to prevent direct modifications and ensure proper solution lifecycle management. B. Rebuilding agents manually in each environment introduces human error and violates automated ALM best practices. E. Transcripts are runtime data generated during usage, not source code or customization assets managed within ALM.
A company has multiple AI models that support generation of sales transactions. Each release of the models must be reviewed by a security and compliance team before being deployed to the production environment. The security and compliance team must have access to prior versions to properly determine potential exposures introduced. You need to recommend a solution to evaluate the impact of each deployment to production. The solution must enhance business continuity. What should you recommend? The options are: Option A, create a central model registry that uses version history. Option B, establish a promotion process by using a quality gate. Option C, implement version control for all the AI system components. Option D, track model retirement schedules to prevent service disruptions.
To arrive at the correct answer, we focus on the keywords: AI models, security and compliance review, access to prior versions, evaluate impact of deployment, enhance business continuity.
The correct answer is Option A, create a central model registry that uses version history.
Why is this correct? A. A central model registry with version history tracks and stores model artifacts, lineage, and metadata. This provides the security and compliance team direct access to past versions to compare changes, evaluate risk exposure, and ensure rollback capability for business continuity. Why are the others incorrect? B. Quality gates enforce criteria before code or model promotion, but they do not inherently maintain historical model artifacts or provide compliance teams access to prior versions. C. Version control for AI system components primarily manages code, data, and configurations rather than tracking trained model artifacts and their specific operational versions for security audits. D. Retirement schedules help prevent disruptions from deprecated models, but they do not provide historical model versioning or comparative analysis tools required for security reviews.
A company has a Microsoft Copilot Studio agent that provides answers based on a knowledge base for customer support. Users report that, occasionally, the agent provides inaccurate answers. You need to use metrics from the Analytics tab in Copilot Studio to identify the cause of the inaccuracies. Which two options should you use? Each correct answer presents part of the solution. The options are: Option A, survey results. Option B, session information and session outcomes. Option C, topic usage and topics with low resolution. Option D, engagement, resolution, and escalation rates. Option E, quality of generated answers.
To arrive at the correct answer, we focus on the keywords: Analytics tab, Copilot Studio, identify cause of inaccuracies, knowledge base answers.
The correct answers are Option C, topic usage and topics with low resolution, and Option E, quality of generated answers.
Why is this correct? C. Topic usage and low-resolution metrics highlight specific predefined topics where the agent frequently fails to correctly answer or resolve user queries. E. Quality of generated answers evaluates generative AI responses, directly surfacing low quality or inaccurate knowledge base content. Why are the others incorrect? A. Survey results track overall customer satisfaction (CSAT) scores but do not provide detailed analytics to pinpoint technical accuracy issues in responses. B. Session information and outcomes monitor session completion states rather than analyzing specific response content or knowledge base accuracy. D. Engagement, resolution, and escalation rates provide high-level agent performance trends, not granular feedback on response accuracy or specific content failures.
Company uses a fine-tuned Microsoft Foundry model that requires frequent updates as new customer feedback becomes available. You need to design an application lifecycle management (ALM) process that meets the following requirements. Data changes must be tracked and versioned. The model must be retrained consistently by using approved training data. Which two actions should you include in the design? Each correct answer presents part of the solution. The options are: Option A, associate the storage location to the fine-tuning job. Option B, create a content filter. Option C, store the training data in Azure files. Option D, upload the training data to Microsoft Foundry data files. Option E, store the training data in Azure Blob Storage that has version control enabled.
To arrive at the correct answer, we focus on the keywords: fine-tuned Microsoft Foundry model, track and version data changes, retrained consistently, approved training data.
The correct answers are Option D, upload the training data to Microsoft Foundry data files, and Option E, store the training data in Azure Blob Storage that has version control enabled.
Why is this correct? D. Uploading training data as Foundry data files allows Microsoft Foundry fine-tuning jobs to consistently access, reference, and use approved datasets for retraining. E. Enabling version control on Azure Blob Storage ensures data changes are tracked, versioned, and auditable across model iterations. Why are the others incorrect? A. Associating a storage location directly to a fine-tuning job is not a standard ALM process or built-in feature for dataset versioning. B. Content filters are used for input and output content moderation, not for managing ALM, tracking dataset changes, or retraining models. C. Azure Files does not provide native object-level versioning features necessary for tracking dataset revisions as required by ALM processes.
Company has an AI solution that uses Azure OpenAI models. You need to recommend a governance solution that monitors and audits changes to model configurations and data usage. The solution must minimize administrative effort. What should you include in the recommendation? The options are: Option A, Azure Monitor. Option B, Azure Stream Analytics. Option C, Azure API Management. Option D, Azure Policy. Option E, Microsoft Purview.
To arrive at the correct answer, we focus on the keywords: governance solution, monitors and audits changes, data usage, minimize administrative effort.
The correct answer is Option E, Microsoft Purview.
Why is this correct? E. Microsoft Purview provides comprehensive data governance, risk management, and compliance auditing across Azure OpenAI solutions with unified policies, minimizing administrative effort. Why are the others incorrect? A. Azure Monitor tracks operational metrics and logs, but lacks native comprehensive data governance and unified data usage auditing capabilities provided by Purview. B. Azure Stream Analytics processes real-time streaming data for telemetry analysis, not governance, auditing, or compliance tracking of data usage and model configurations. C. Azure API Management manages API gateways and access controls, but it does not provide unified data governance, data lineage, or data usage auditing. D. Azure Policy enforces resource configuration rules and compliance standards, but it does not audit data usage or provide end-to-end AI data governance.
You are evaluating a Microsoft Copilot Studio agent that supports Microsoft Dynamics 365 customer service representatives. You need to recommend a testing solution that meets the following requirements: evaluates agent effectiveness during active sessions, validates whether the agent delivers accurate and helpful responses, provides measurable, actionable insights for continuous improvement. What should you recommend? The options are: Option A, track resolution, deflection, and accuracy by using dashboards and use scripts to ensure consistent responses. Option B, perform load testing to validate how the agent scales under a high chat volume. Option C, review historical tickets to find agents that have the shortest resolution times. Option D, measure uptime and page load times.
To arrive at the correct answer, we focus on the keywords: evaluates agent effectiveness, accurate and helpful responses, measurable actionable insights, continuous improvement.
The correct answer is option A, track resolution, deflection, and accuracy by using dashboards and use scripts to ensure consistent responses.
Why is this correct? A. Tracking resolution, deflection, and accuracy via dashboards provides measurable metrics on effectiveness, while using scripts ensures consistent, accurate responses, directly satisfying all key criteria for evaluating and improving the agent. Why are the others incorrect? B. Load testing assesses system scalability and performance under stress, but it does not evaluate response accuracy, agent effectiveness, or conversational quality. C. Reviewing historical ticket resolution times evaluates human agent performance from past data rather than testing and improving the Copilot Studio agent's effectiveness. D. Measuring uptime and page load times evaluates infrastructure availability and technical performance, not the accuracy or helpfulness of the agent's responses.
A company uses multiple Microsoft Copilot Studio agents across different channels. You need to recommend a monitoring solution that provides comprehensive telemetry data and performance insights for the agents. What should you include in the recommendation? The options are: Option A, Application Insights. Option B, Azure Advisor. Option C, Azure DevOps. Option D, Microsoft Dynamics 365 Customer Voice.
To arrive at the correct answer, we focus on the keywords: Microsoft Copilot Studio agents, telemetry data, performance insights, monitoring solution.
The correct answer is option A, Application Insights.
Why is this correct? A. Azure Application Insights integrates directly with Microsoft Copilot Studio to capture detailed telemetry data, log agent interactions, and provide comprehensive performance insights across channels. Why are the others incorrect? B. Azure Advisor provides optimization recommendations for Azure infrastructure regarding cost, security, and reliability, not application-level telemetry for Copilot Studio agents. C. Azure DevOps is a suite of developer tools for software planning, source control, and CI/CD pipelines, not an operational telemetry monitoring tool. D. Microsoft Dynamics 365 Customer Voice is designed for creating and analyzing customer feedback surveys, not for monitoring real-time agent system performance or telemetry.
A company has an AI solution built by using Microsoft Copilot Studio and Power Platform. The solution is used by the company's sales, marketing, and customer service teams. You are performing a return on AI investment, ROAI, analysis to evaluate the impact of the solution. You need to identify which measurable business drivers to include in the analysis. Which 2 business drivers should you identify? Each correct answer presents part of the solution. The options are: Option A, the reduced average case resolution time. Option B, market capitalization. Option C, economic market predictability. Option D, increased employee productivity. Option E, brand awareness.
To arrive at the correct answer, we focus on the keywords: return on AI investment, ROI, measurable business drivers, Microsoft Copilot Studio and Power Platform.
The correct answers are option A, the reduced average case resolution time, and option D, increased employee productivity.
Why is this correct? A. Reduced average case resolution time is a directly measurable efficiency metric that demonstrates clear time savings for customer service operations. D. Increased employee productivity is a quantifiable operational metric measuring time saved and increased throughput across sales, marketing, and service workflows. Why are the others incorrect? B. Market capitalization is a broad stock market valuation influenced by macro factors, not a direct operational business driver measured for AI solution ROI. C. Economic market predictability is an external macroeconomic condition that cannot be influenced or directly measured as a return on internal AI investments. E. Brand awareness is a qualitative marketing metric that is difficult to isolate and quantify as a direct driver for internal Copilot Studio implementation.
A company has a Microsoft Foundry agent that summarizes customer feedback and recommends products to customers. The agent references data from multiple knowledge sources. Users report that the agent response time is slow. Telemetry data shows that the agent frequently reaches its token usage limit. You need to recommend a solution to reduce token usage without degrading the quality of the generated responses. What should you recommend? The options are: option A, chunk documents during indexing. Option B, reduce the number of knowledge sources used by the agent. Option C, reconfigure the prompts to limit the amount of retrieved content from the knowledge sources. Option D, lower the maximum token usage limit for the responses.
To arrive at the correct answer, we focus on the keywords Microsoft Foundry Agent, token usage limit, reduce token usage, without degrading response quality.
The correct answer is option C, reconfigure the prompts to limit the amount of retrieved content from the knowledge sources.
Why is this correct? C. Reconfiguring prompts to limit retrieved context reduces input token usage per query, preventing the agent from reaching token limits and improving latency without compromising response quality. Why are the others incorrect? A. Chunking documents during indexing organizes search data but does not directly control or reduce the total context volume injected into the prompt during generation. B. Eliminating knowledge sources deprives the agent of critical information, which directly degrades the quality and completeness of generated recommendations. D. Lowering the maximum response token limit forces premature truncation of outputs, leading to incomplete answers and degraded quality.
A company has a Microsoft Copilot Studio agent that uses generative AI to assist Microsoft Dynamics 365 customer service representatives. The agent currently exhibits a low resolution rate and a high escalation rate. You need to identify the issue. What should you use? The options are: option A, the agent dashboard of Dynamics 365 customer service historical analytics. Option B, the Insights tab from the Search and Intelligence settings of the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. Option C, the Copilot Hub in the Power Platform Admin Center. Option D, the Analytics tab in Copilot Studio.
To arrive at the correct answer, we focus on the keywords Microsoft Copilot Studio Agent, low resolution rate, high escalation rate, identify the issue.
The correct answer is option D, the Analytics tab in Copilot Studio.
Why is this correct? D. The Analytics tab in Copilot Studio provides comprehensive performance metrics specifically for your agents, including topic performance, resolution rates, escalation rates, and conversation transcripts needed to diagnose performance issues. Why are the others incorrect? A. The Agent Dashboard in Dynamics 365 Customer Service Historical Analytics focuses on human customer service representative performance and general contact center metrics rather than Copilot Studio bot-level topic analytics. B. The Search and Intelligence settings in the Microsoft 365 Admin Center monitor search queries and user activity within Microsoft 365 services, not Copilot Studio Agent metrics. C. The Copilot Hub and the Power Platform Admin Center offers high-level administration, governance, and tenant-wide usage statistics rather than granular agent performance analytics.
A company has a Microsoft Foundry generative AI model. You need to evaluate the model's output to measure the overall quality and coherence of generated responses. The evaluation must use GPT-4o as a judge and return a numeric score for each output. Which type of metric should you use? The options are Option A, AI quality, NLP. Option B, risk and safety. Option C, groundedness. Option D, AI quality, AI assisted.
To arrive at the correct answer, we focus on the keywords GPT-4o as a judge, quality and coherence, numeric score, evaluate output.
The correct answer is option D, AI quality, AI assisted.
Why is this correct? D. AI quality, AI assisted. Metrics use advanced language models like GPT-4o as an evaluator, LLM as a judge, to assess subjective aspects such as coherence and fluency, returning numeric scores. Why are the others incorrect? A. AI quality, NLP. Metrics use traditional mathematical algorithms like BLEU or Rouge to compare outputs against reference text, without using an LLM judge. B. Risk and safety metrics assess outputs for harmful content, bias, and safety vulnerabilities rather than overall text quality and coherence. C. Groundedness specifically measures if the generated response is supported by the source context, rather than overall text quality and coherence.
A company plans to deploy a Microsoft Foundry agent. You need to recommend an application lifecycle management (ALM) process to ensure that the agent evaluates against baseline accuracy metrics before being deployed. What should you recommend? The options are Option A, configure GitHub Actions for new agent versions. Option B, deploy each new agent version directly to production. Option C, use observability in Foundry control plane with evaluation and drift monitoring. Option D, enable application insights and use Azure Monitor.
To arrive at the correct answer, we focus on the keywords Microsoft Foundry Agent, Application Lifecycle Management, evaluates against baseline accuracy metrics.
The correct answer is option C, use observability in Foundry control plane with evaluation and drift monitoring.
Why is this correct? C. Observability in the Foundry control plane features evaluation and drift monitoring, enabling automated benchmarking of agent responses against baseline accuracy metrics throughout the ALM lifecycle. Why are the others incorrect? A. GitHub Actions automates deployment pipelines but does not inherently perform AI-specific accuracy evaluations or baseline drift monitoring within Microsoft Foundry. B. Direct deployment to production bypasses required pre-deployment validation steps, risking the deployment of inaccurate or degraded agents. D. Azure Monitor and Application Insights handle general system telemetry and log monitoring rather than specialized AI model accuracy evaluations and drift metrics.
You need to recommend a security solution for agents in a Microsoft Power Platform environment. The agents must use only approved connectors and services. The solution must prevent the agents from accessing sensitive data. What should you recommend? The options are Option A, configure Azure Monitor to capture connector activity logs. Option B, enable a Microsoft Dataverse audit. Option C, deploy data loss prevention (DLP) policies in Power Platform. Option D, enable customer managed keys in Microsoft Dataverse.
To arrive at the correct answer, we focus on the keywords approved connectors and services, prevent agents from accessing sensitive data, Power Platform environment.
The correct answer is option C, deploy data loss prevention (DLP) policies in Power Platform.
Why is this correct? C. Data loss prevention (DLP) policies allow administrators to define rules that restrict which connectors can be used and how data is shared across services, ensuring agents only use approved connectors and protecting sensitive data. Why are the others incorrect? A. Azure Monitor captures log data for monitoring and diagnostic purposes, but it does not actively enforce connector restrictions or block access to sensitive data. B. Dataverse auditing tracks changes in user activity for compliance logging, but it cannot restrict connector usage or prevent access to sensitive data in real time. D. Customer-managed keys encrypt data at rest within Dataverse using your own key, but they do not control which connectors or services agents can access.